This is part 13 of the All Skills tutorial. This time we're going to go up through Umu and Monomon. Last time we picked up Cyclone Slash to end the video and save quit back to Dirtmouth, where we are waking up now. So to start off, we're going to head back to the well by crystal dashing over, and just like on the way to Crystal Peaks, we're going to charge a nail art and then release it to break our hard fall. This time it's just Cyclone Slash, nothing complicated. Something unfortunate happened there. Sometimes when you crystal dash over here, there's an RNG chance that this tick-tick will hit you instead of you plowing through it. This room, we once again want to cleanly fall all the way to the bottom, this time through the middle. It looks like that. I'm going to show it a couple times, don't worry. It relies a little bit on RNG because the gruzzers can be in your way. However, the tick-ticks are always consistent. So as you enter, you want to dash off, dash again, and then somehow delay your fall so that you don't hit this tick-tick. Some people like to land on the edge of this platform and then walk off an inventory drop. I like to dash and do a tiny little wings into an inventory drop. But once it's out of your way, you can just inventory drop all the way to the bottom, just like that. As you enter this room, you're going to want to weave around the platforms and then crystal dash into this next room. There's going to be a Gome in our way, but if you cancel your crystal dash at the right spot, you can stop right in between this Vengefly and the Gome. This Vengefly won't be able to hit you in time, and you won't run directly into the Gome. In this next room, you're going to dash through. You can get some soul from that guy if you want, and then swim through the acid. As you're falling down here, you just have to do a tiny little weave to avoid this big chunk and then this platform. This next room, I'm going to show two strats. There's one slightly faster strat that's also a little RNG dependent, which I'm not going to go over because I personally don't really know it, and I don't think it's worth it. But I'm going to go over the beginner strategy first, and then over the slightly harder strat, which is just weaving back and forth throughout the room. So the beginner strat, as you first enter, you are going to dash into this wall, inventory drop, dash off, inventory drop again, and then finally you can dash off, hold left, and dash again into this next transition. So once again, that looks like this. You enter, dash over, inventory drop, dash inventory drop, don't go that far though, and then dash, hold left, and dash. The harder strat is going to be a little bit of like memorization of the room, and it's just drifting properly. I'm just going to show what it looks like as opposed to explaining exactly when to hold left and when to hold right, because that's something you can kind of get a feel for on your own. So the harder strat looks like this. There is a chance to get hit there if the jellyfish is high. You can dash to avoid that, or you can just take the hit. In general, health isn't super important in this split. So once again, the harder strat is just drifting in the right spots. And there you can see with the jellyfish in a better RNG location. As you enter this room, neutral dash so you don't hit the jellyfish, and then dash to here. And now here you can walk and dash occasionally to gather a little bit of soul in this room, and then finally crystal heart out of this room and over to archives. So here, if you're really, really low health and you're worried about the fight, you can go up here and take this bench. But for the most part, health is not super important. So you can just head on in. Soul also, if you don't have a whole lot of soul, you can make up for it in this next area. So as you enter, up ahead, there's a Lumafly that can hit you. However, if you dash at the right spot, you can avoid it entirely. So the way I do that is I walk over, and then as I reach this this little knob right here, you can see the Lumafly isn't activating. So you're able to, if you time your dashes properly, get past without getting hit. Just like that. Otherwise, as you enter the room, you can dash here, wait for it to go, and then dash past. Here, getting these hits of soul is optional, as long as you have 6 out of 9 hits before you get to Umu. So you're going to fall down here, oops, head this way, and now we are at Umu. I'm going to heal once, just so things don't go horribly wrong. As long as you have 6 out of 9 hits of soul here, that's what's important. Now is going to be the 1 cycle tutorial. So this, with the skills we have just enough damage output to kill Umu with just 1 cycle. And we do that by pushing Umu out of bounds and getting as many double hit Shade Souls as possible. So the way to do this, as you enter the room, you want to inventory drop to this bottom platform, which starts the fight. As Umu spawns, you can go for a Dream Nail to fill up your soul. You have to have at least 8 out of 9 hits. There's no difference between 8 out of 9 and 9 out of 9, because we are going to get 4 hits later on. I'm going to show the positioning that you need for the setup, and you have to copy this almost exactly in order for the 1 cycle to work. So the positioning, exactly where I'm going, is important. So as Umu spawns in, you want to line yourself roughly on that knob on the wall, after the first attack on the knob right below. If Umu gets too close to you, you can dip down a little bit. It's not a big deal. After that, the third position is right on the edge of this platform. Again, if it's this slow attack, just run around to avoid it, as long as once the attack is done, you're in the right position. And then finally, you want to end up somewhere on this right half of the platform. So what's going to happen now is, assuming I don't get an extra attack, which is a 25% RNG chance, Umu's going to slowly rise up here as Coral comes in to break open its shell. As it's coming close, I'm going to jump, double jump, and then dash over here. Once that happens, I will show the proper damage rotation in order to get this to properly push Umu out of bounds and get the kill. So no extra attack. So that's 1 cycle. As you can see, the death explosion is going on in the background. So this can be a little bit finicky, and it takes some practice. But what I did as soon as I timed my dash over till right before Coral attacked. And basically, as soon as Coral attacks, I wouldn't go too early, but right after Coral attacks, you drop down, shoot 2 Shade Souls. 1 should single hit, the second one should double hit if Umu is at the right height. Then you need to dash over, get 3 nail hits, and then you're going to do a 4th nail hit, but you need to delay it until Umu is right at the edge so that your last nail hit will push Umu out of bounds. If Umu gets pushed out of bounds, you can then shoot 2 Shade Souls. Both will double hit, which is the exact damage to kill. So that's the explanation for what's going on. Let's look at that a couple more times. So inventory drop down to this bottom platform. Make sure you have enough soul. And then it's just a matter of being at the right position. It's relatively lenient, but for the most part, you have to be pretty close to these positions. So there my second Shade Soul didn't come out, so I didn't get the kill. So you can see that it's relatively tight. So I'm gonna try that again. So this upper knob, lower knob, edge of this platform. And then right here. So that's what it looks like properly again. once again, the main things that are important here is you need to shoot both your fireballs quickly, and getting over here needs to be quick to start Umu moving to the right as fast as possible. After that, the main thing that trips people up is you need to delay this last hit as much as possible to guarantee that Umu gets pushed out of bounds. If you do it too early and Umu gets stuck in this wall, your first fireball will only single hit, and obviously then it's not enough damage to get the kill. I'm going to keep going, show it a couple more times, and if I get an extra attack, I'll try to talk about backups, but unfortunately there's no consistent backup for an extra attack. Yeah, so as you can see, there's different ways you can go around to avoid the slow attack, and then the fast attack you just need to make sure you're not anywhere that can get hit. Typically, if you get the fast attack when Umu's here, you can stand right at this lip, and your horns actually will not get hit by these little explosions close by. So this is generally a good spot to stand if you get this. And then finally, set yourself up here. So there, I went a little bit early when dashing to the left. So as you saw, Umu was a little bit far away from the wall, which is why, once again, that last nail hit, I delayed as much as possible in order to wait for Umu to get far enough that they could get pushed out of bounds. I'm going to try to show this one more time and then move on. This is a little bit finicky, it'll take some practice, but it's consistent spots to line up, and for the most part, Umu should cooperate if you don't get an extra. So it just takes practice with the timing and making sure your inputs don't get eaten by the game, which is not always something you have control over. So once again, as Umu gets close, double jump. Just like that. Once again, very important to delay that last nail hit. And then you can just go down here, wait in the acid, and then inventory drop down to the bottom. After that, dash over. You can pogo on that background object if you'd like, and then interact with the tank so that Quirrell shows up. Talk to Quirrell, and then you can enter Monomon's dream here. And then walk up far enough so that you're on top of Quirrell, and then you can go for your dream nail. I'm not really going to talk about this too much. It's, once again, just like with Lurian, you can either dash or Crystal Heart over, and then get your 10 hits and focus. So that's Monomon and Umu. Let's see. So from here, we are going to climb our way out of archives and head towards Great Slash, which I'll probably talk about in the next video.